Hello everybody and welcome back to the 2009 Manitoba Math Contest. We're looking at question 2 in this video. So 2A, find the area bound by the x-axis, the y-axis, and the line 5x plus 4y equals 20. Okay, so let's just draw a very quick picture. Being bound by the x and y-axis, well, x and y-axes are very nice in that they are perpendicular to one another, so I sense a right angle triangle coming on here. So we'll have the x-axis, the y-axis, y-axis, x-axis, and we'll also have a line, and we'll talk a bit more about this line in a moment, but we get a right angle here. So if we knew the height, which will end up being the y-intercept, and the x-intercept will give us the base, we can really quickly get the area of this triangle. Okay, because it's going to be a right angle triangle, so the base and the height are quite clearly the legs, and 1/2 base times height is the very common circle formula. Or, I don't know why I said circle formula, triangle area formula. Oh, what am I even thinking about? Okay, so the y-intercept and the x-intercept, but we're given the equation 5x plus 4y equals 20. Now, this isn't the most common high school form of a line, but plenty of high schools deal with this one. How do we get the x-intercept? Well, the x-intercept always looks like something comma 0. It's always got 0 for the y's. So if we want to solve for that, just plug in 0 for the y value. And you'll get 5x is equal to 20. X is going to be 4, so the x-intercept here is 4, 0. That means this base is going to be 4. Similarly, to get the y-intercept, we let x be 0. We get 4y is equal to 20, y is equal to 5. So our y-intercept is 0, 5, and that means the height here is 5. The area using the triangle formula, 1/2, 4 times 5, 1/2, 20, is going to be 10. So that's the area that is enclosed by the x-axis, the y-axis, and the given line. Okay, so 2b. A circle has diameter AB, where A is the point 3,5 and B is the point 5,9. A line through the origin divides this circle into 2 regions of equal area. Find the slope of that line. Okay. So, if the line through the origin divides the circle into 2 equal areas, doesn't that line passing through the circle have to become a diameter? And so, therefore, it has to pass through the center, doesn't it? Nah, I'm going to give myself another page. I mean, it's all infinite. It's all just ones and zeros, but let's draw our picture a bit. So we have AB, and it was what? 3, 5, and 5, 9. So 3, 5, 5, 9. So that gives me a circle. And it's a diameter. Now, if I want the line through the origin to cut this thing in half, this will have to, when I restrict it to my circle, this will have to be a diameter, and therefore it will pass through the center. Okay? So if I just figure out the slope of the line, and we should be explaining this, the line cutting it in half. A line cutting the circle in half must be a diameter. Therefore, it contains the center. So we just need the slope of the line from the center to the origin. Okay, but How are we going to do that? What's the center? Well, they were kind enough to give us endpoints of a diameter. So the center is the midpoint of our diameter, AB. And there's a really nice way to figure out the midpoint. We just average the x-coordinates and average the y-coordinates. So that's going to be 8 over 2, 4, and 14 over 2, 7. So the slope of the line, which is, it is what they asked for, right? Slope of the line. Find the slope of that line, yep. Slope, it's just going to be rise over run. To this point here, this center point, which is 4, 7. So it rises 7 minus 0, because we know the origin is the other point on this line. And the difference in the x-coordinates, 4 minus 0. Got to keep the same order. So it's just going to be 7 over 4. And that's going to be our slope. And that's going to be our final answer. So that wraps up question number 2 quite nicely. Both questions there did require us to have, some sense of coordinates, some sense of lines, and in this case circles for 2B. So it was a nice question. I liked it. Coming up, we'll be doing question number 3. So stay tuned for that one, and I will see you guys there.